Yo, it's your boy Kev with the AllfaxN.Oslack Who That Saints podcast, and I'm coming to you today with an episode kind of like it's more of a informational episode to the people who don't really know about the team. All right, this isn't really geared towards the people who actually follow the team, pay attention, who really just kind of watches and sees what kind of goes on every day, all the time. The real diehards who has all the information down. It's just for the Saints fans who may not know or kind of like pay attention from the surface, other fan bases who pay attention from the surfaces, and who just kind of getting misinformed on a lot of things or may just not know. So, long story short, pretty much I live in the Bay Area, right? From New Orleans, Louisiana. Been out here like 5 years now in the Bay Area. So it's a lot of Niners, Raiders, you know what I'm saying? And you got a lot of other people, other little, fan bases here and there. But I'm kind of like a lone wolf when it comes to, as a Saints fan, right? So a lot of times, like I'm an electrician, you know what I'm saying? I'll be on the job site. You're going to get mostly those guys, Raiders or Niners. So, some people cool, and some people just, we throw like, they'll throw light jabs here and there, but that's all cool. But I never really, they'll always kind of ask, like, what y'all got going on down there? Like, what's up with y'all team or stuff like that. And I never really get a chance to like really kind of sit down and explain or really say everything I want to say. So it's kind of like quick, short combos, and they just kind of, they make a little joke or whatever, and they just kind of go on, you know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm gonna start showing people when they're asking what's going on down there, or who you got on your team. What's your prediction for you? That's what it is, right? What's your prediction for your team? I'm like, man, I think we're gonna go 11-6, or what I'm saying, I think this is a Super Bowl team. So they all look at me crazy, like, whoa, oh man, you sure what? Oh, why you think that, right? So Sean Payton left, Drew Brees gone. What, man? Who's your quarterback? Jameis Winston? What, Jameis? Jameis. Yeah, so like, right now, this is what I'm going to explain, and this is why I feel the way I feel. So first of all, we pretty much have a top 5 defense. Everyone who watched or paid attention to our team last year, we lost 2 games by 2 points because we really didn't have no kicker, and 4 quarterbacks because our starting QB got hurt against Tampa, and he was doing really good before he got hurt, 5-2, and it's just a slew of injuries. We had like 58 different starters like in rotation that year. It was just awful. Played a Monday night football game with 22 starters missing. It's fucking crazy they let us play that game. As I digress, we went 9-8, 4 different starting QBs, because after James got hurt. And the only thing that stopped us from going into the playoffs was the Rams friggin' botching that game against the 49ers. They had a choice to win that game. Those guys were up by like 17 points. If they would have beat the 49ers, we would have been in the playoffs. They would have had to play us week 1. Our defense was crazy. They didn't want that to happen. So I feel like they phoned it in. A lot of people feel like they phoned it in. Damn. Whatever, right? So case in point, you see our defense. Marcus Williams left. And we got Honey Badger and Marcus May. You know what I'm saying? Terran Armstead left. We got Trevor Penning to replace him at left tackle. And if he's not ready by then, we have James Hurst who can fill in as left tackle. But you look at our defense, we have top 10 players at each at each level of the defense. You know what I'm saying? Cam Jordan is regarded as a top 10 player. Demario Davis is considered a top 3 linebacker. Marshawn Lattimore, amongst his peers, is considered a number 2 corner in the league. You know what I'm saying? In the league. And we get on the defensive line, man, and it's just the people, like, everybody just know Cam, but we got these young bulls, Marcus Davenport. Only thing that stops him is injury. That dude, that dude played friggin' played 11 games last year. had 9 sacks. This dude is a bully. Physically, this dude's crazy, but he just got to stay healthy. Peyton Turner, this is our first round pick from last year. First round pick from last year. He only was able to play 5 games. He messed his shoulder up. That dude's having an amazing camp. He's a bully, right? We got guys like Carl Granderson, you know what I'm saying? TK Passanio. They're real good rotational pieces for the defensive end. You know what I'm saying? So we got a real solid defensive line. Not to mention interior line with David Onyemata, Malcolm Roach, Kentavious Street, who we got from the 49ers, who actually broke Drew Brees' ribs, who was actually part of that play. And so we got a solid interior line. Not really too sold on that part. You know what I'm saying? It's not bad, but it could be stronger. But I like our defensive line. And again, linebackers, D. Davis, Pete Warner. And then for the depth positions, and for the depth at that position, we got Zach Bond and Caden Ellis and Andrew Dow, which again, it could be better. We had Quan Alexander, but again, that was another guy who kind of stayed hurt, didn't really have a lot of time on the field. But linebacking core with our main 2 guys is solid. Secondary, right? This is our secondary. Marshawn Lattimore, I already told you, they regard him as a number 2 corner in the league, right? It's locked down. This dude was hurt last year, dude. Dude had a freaking cast, had a club cast on his arm, locking people down. All right. Like I said, we got Honey Badger back there, Marcus May from the Jets. Very, very versatile pieces, very rangy guys, playmakers. They can play up closer to the line. They can stay back. You know what I'm saying? They're very, very versatile in their positions. And now we talk about cornerback 2 spot. Paulson Adebo, our second-year player out of Stanford. That is first-round talent, people, who we drafted in the 3rd round, only because he didn't play his last year in Stanford, because he was kind of going back and forth like, are they going to play? Are they not going to play? What's going on? Like, they was kind of fiddling around with the season, and he just cut it down. He's like, fuck that. I'm just not going to play. So that's what kind of bit him from being a first-round pick. But that dude's first-round talent easy. Bradley Roby. It's a first-round pick from 2014. He played on that Super Bowl Denver defense. He has a ring. That dude is a cornerback 1. We got him just in case Paulson Adebo wouldn't be ready, you know what I mean, in case he gets shaky. But Bradley Roby had to miss the first 2 games. Adebo plays those first few games and pretty much made Roby a rotational piece. He was playing to be CB2. Adebo played so good, he said, nah, we gonna keep it. He had his few games ups and downs. But majority of the season, Adebo was solid, really good. I think he had about 3 picks. Picked off Aaron Rodgers' first game. You know what I'm saying? He had that crazy one-hand pick for the last game of the year against Atlanta. But that dude was solid, really good. And again, like I said, Bradley Roby, that's a cornerback 1 as a rotational piece. That is Paulson Adebo's spot. And then we got the best nickel in the league, if not he top 2, CD Deuce. You know what I'm saying? This dude, again, drafted as a safety. We moved him to nickel because we had Marcus Williams back there and Malcolm Jenkins. So he's versatile. You know what I'm saying? You can pretty much put him anywhere. He can tackle, you know what I'm saying? Cover. He can pretty much do anything you need him to do. So our safeties are really, really versatile. So that's what pretty much makes our defense what it is. You know what I mean? Then you go to the offense. All right, you got, everybody knows this part. Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, Jarvis Landry. All right, Michael Thomas, he's a Pro Bowler. Broke the record for the most passes. You know this. You ain't got to see, people then fucked around and forgot who this dude was. All right, he's been hurt a year and a half because of a ankle injury that's Sean Payton's fault. He had him in that meaningless time, garbage time in the Tampa game, the first Tampa game where we beat them. And it just kind of lingered on. And you know what I'm saying? You know how that is. He wanted to get the surgery. They kind of say, hey, man, it's probably going to be Drew last year. Just play it out. So he kind of played through with it, but was never able to get it right. But now he done, about a year and a half, got it right. He's looking great in practice. See, boys then forgot who this dude was. This dude's a top 5 receiver. His worst season in the league was his rookie year. In his rookie year, this dude was 92 catches, 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. That was his rookie year, worst year, right? With Brandon Cooks as the wide receiver 1. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you keep talking about all this slant boy jokes. Don't worry. Y'all remember who Daddy is. All right. This is him. Rookie year, 92 catches, 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. Second year, 104 catches, 1,200 yards, 5 touchdowns. Third year, 125 catches, 1,400 yards, 9 touchdowns. The year he broke the record, 149 catches, 1,700 yards, 9 touchdowns. This dude is a game changer. Matter of fact, that year was him being the only guy double, triple covered, and he did that. So you pairing him up with these guys, street meat, easy work, right? So bam, Jarvis Landry, 5-time Pro Bowler. Chris Olave, he's just a class act. Everybody says in camp, playing with him and watching him, he's just they say it's like he belongs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty much, he's smooth. You know what I mean? Like, it's just really, it's easy, but it's kind of hard to describe it. But it's like, when you look at him, he's like a pro. It's like he's not even a rookie. Route God. You know what I mean? Ohio State touchdown leader. Receivers that come from Ohio State, Michael Thomas. I think Chris Carter. But they had some good guys come through, and this dude is the touchdown leader. Okay? So now, we got Alvin Kamara. You know what he is. That's a top 5 back in the league, top 3 back. Mark Ingram, he 32, but he still got a lot of juice in the tank. You know what I'm saying? Taysom Hill, one of the best athletes on the team, really in the league. You feel me? He stay healthy. That dude is a problem. You can't stop him running the ball. He can catch. Dude is 7-2 as a starter at QB, right? This dude, let me tell you about Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill is helping the tight end room, not just with his physical ability and him being able to actually, play the position a little bit, but by him being a quarterback, he's helping the other tight ends in the room with how can I say, with the mind of a quarterback, letting them know, hey, you know what I'm saying, this is where a quarterback will kind of want you. You know what I'm saying? Giving them the QB eyes. He's giving them the QB eyes as a tight end and giving them a better insight on what'll help the quarterback, what'll help Jameis. You feel me? And Deontay Hardy, that dude, number 11 is a freaking dog. All right. Him and Jameis' connection is out of this world. This dude was drafted as a punt returner, went to the Pro Bowl his first year, undrafted. I said that wrong. He's undrafted, right? Went to the Pro Bowl his rookie year as a punt returner. Each year, his workload just increased more in the offense. Marquez Callaway, he's another undrafted guy. He's pretty solid. Don't know how, trying to see if he's going to make the team because we got these dudes, Kirk Merritt and Dejon Dixon. They outperforming in camp. And Traquan Smith, he's Traquan. He's decent, but he's another one that's going to be fighting for a spot in that receiver room that's so stacked right now. And then the grand question everybody says, well, Mr. Interception, 30 for 30. What about Jameis? Well, this dude went 14 touchdowns, 3 interceptions in a system that wasn't even geared towards him. The dude was fighting, was doing a camp battle, unnecessary camp battle, all the way up until a week before the game. Well, like, when you're doing camp battles, like you're sharing time with the other guys, so you're not really building the chemistry with guys. You know what I'm saying? You're fighting for a spot. This year, He's named the starter. He's able to practice and play with the guys who he knows going to be there. He took receivers to Miami. He's working out. He's doing everything. First one there, last one to leave. He's doing everything it is to be great. You don't go 25-1 in college in trash. All right. So he gets this Mr. Interception label bullshit, but he's never thrown more interceptions than touchdowns. So let's get that right. And the only time he's thrown that high amount of picks was his last year in Tampa with Bruce Arians. And let me give you a stat that people might not want to hear, but it's happened. Bruce Arians' record with QBs for their first year, listen to these names. Carson Palmer, 24 touchdowns, 22 interceptions. That's his first year with Bruce Arians. Tim Couch, 17 touchdowns, 21 interceptions. Andrew Luck, 23 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. Peyton Manning, 26 touchdowns, 28 interceptions under Bruce Arians. Okay. Before that, Jameis was 22 touchdowns, 15 picks, 28 touchdowns, 18 picks, 19 touchdowns, 11 picks, 19 touchdowns, 5 picks. And then the last year with Bruce Arians, 33 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. Threw for 5,100 yards, by the way. 60.7 completion percentage. But prior to that last year, he's always stayed above, like, if the touchdowns like 10 more touchdowns than picks. You know what I'm saying? But he gets this Mr. Interception label. Since he's getting this Mr. Interception label, which he shouldn't, let's name some. I'm gonna throw some numbers, and I want you to guess these guys' names. And I want you to be I don't know how surprised you'll be when you hear this. What would you call a man who threw in 3 different seasons more picks than touchdowns? 3 different seasons. 19 touchdowns, 24 picks. 20 touchdowns, 29 picks. 11 touchdowns, 19 picks. 18 touchdowns, 18 picks. 22 touchdowns, 22 picks. That's a Hall of Famer, by the way. Brett Favre. Eli Manning, 23 touchdowns, 20 picks. 18 touchdowns, 27 picks. 2 different seasons. Matthew Stafford, 13 touchdowns, 20 picks. That's his rookie year, 2009. 41 touchdowns, 17 picks. That's last year. I bring up last year because he led the league in interceptions. Joe Namath. They call him Broadway Joe. Dude played in the league 13 years, and 11 of them was more picks than touchdowns. They don't get these labels. He gets these labels for whatever. Okay, we get it, right? He had that one spiked up year under a coach who I just named 5 guys who has the most interception years under him. So again, it's going to be laugh now, cry later, because that dude is getting a lot of unwarranted disrespect. He has a 3rd year in the system that's geared towards him. Let him have a fair chance to rewrite his history, to rewrite his ship. He only had 1 year where it was spiked up like that under that coach. So you want to know what we got? That's what we got. That's what's going on down there. Again, a little lengthy episode, but, I just had to get this out there for the people. It's just disrespectful, man. I got guys, I was at the draft, watching that Buffalo Wild Wings. This 49er dude, bruh. When we picked up Chris Olave for the first pick, and he's out there, oh man, he didn't get a quarterback. Well, they got Chris Olave. Who's going to throw him the ball? Who's going to throw him the ball? I said, Jameis Winston. Oh man, him? I said, first of all, dude, why are you here? You don't even have a 1st round pick. How you gonna hate from outside the club? You can't even get in. You need to worry about what y'all doing. Worry about what y'all doing. You feel me? You got teams who haven't had a quarterback in decades talking about who's throwing him the ball. What? Who, Jameis? Yeah, laugh now, cry later. Because with all those weapons, and that dude worked ethic, and he wants to win. He wants to be great. Number 1 draft pick, Heisman Trophy winner, national championship winner. This dude wants to be great. So All them asking what y'all got. What y'all got? What y'all got down there? Who's throwing the ball? That's who's throwing the ball, dude. 121 touchdowns and 79 picks. That's his first 5 years, dude. That's his first 5 years. This Peyton Manning first 5 years. 138 touchdowns, 80 picks. Again, like I mentioned, that dude, 26 touchdowns, 28 picks. That's his rookie year. And he had another 3 years into the league. 26 touchdowns, 23 picks. So all these guys I'm naming some 2 Hall of Famers. And a few other guys who done won Super Bowls. Who done threw more picks than touchdowns and had high interception ratios. My guy did that 1 year. Okay? And he still didn't throw more picks than touchdowns in that year. 33-30. So again, lengthy episode, but I'm gonna end it off like this. Thank y'all for stopping by to the All Facts No Slacks Who Dat Saints podcast. Please like and subscribe to the page and try to bring more content. Thank y'all. I'm out.